Okay, this is going to be very interesting because right now, this whole night, I've been testing the capability of my new mic stand. Before this video, I showed off my mic stand a little bit if you saw it or anything like that, but I'm so glad that I finally have a mic stand that I've been wanting. Honestly, whenever I opened it up and looked at it, I thought to myself, I was like, should I have really done a video on this? I mean, I don't even know how it's going to work, but after I put it together, I was like, honestly, there's no reason to actually do a video on it unless I was doing like a product review of some kind. But thankfully, this mic stand is literally like the best thing I could ever receive, and I'm so glad that I've got it. Which means I don't have to worry about shouting in front of the mic. I actually talk a normal voice for once. You know, the mic is right in front of me and everything like that. Because see, technically, I'm about this far away from the main desk, where my keyboard is and everything. And there's a reason why. Because I extended the bottom drawer to do a unboxing special. So, before I get into the main unboxing part itself, allow me to talk about myself in my friend's point of view. Actually, to represent both me and Delmar, in terms of our friends. In respect of our friends, of course. So, our friends like us very much. We're very, I don't know what the word would say. I wouldn't go as far as to say, like, majorly close? Like, this close? We're not that close? No, we're more or less like actual group of friends would be, you know, we're very close, we are understanding of each other. You know, if any time we have an issue or something like that, we usually call upon the other person and help them out in certain needs and stuff like that. And that's how a true friend should be. You know, anytime they need something, we come in to help them, or if we need anything, they come to help us. I was extremely surprised that they come and help us move, you know, the majority of the friends that came over and help us. Everyone else wanted to help, but unfortunately they were busy with everything else, and I completely understand. But for the help that we actually had, I could not believe what we had, you know. It's one of those things where it's like, should I have really gotten a moving truck? But compared to what we had, and doing it in under 3 trips, I couldn't ask for anything better, you know. It's one of those things where it's like, you know when you have a true friend whenever they're there at the most crucial moment. And I want to try to continue doing that for them as they have for me and Delmar. Admittedly, I'm not exactly the best person to help or anything like that, but whenever me and Delmar try to help somebody, we usually try to give it our best. But that being said, this past Christmas has been like probably one of the coolest Christmas I think we've had so far. Especially since I finally gotten, like in my last video, I finally gotten the Sly Cooper statue. And I would show off everything else, but honestly, I don't have enough time to show off everything that I've gotten. You know, a couple strategy guides I've gotten, a couple games I've gotten. Maybe I'll do that in like a Black Cross Collect games type thing. But for the time being right now, this is going to be an unboxing special for pop figures. So, to go into the discussion that I was going to get into, my friends say that me and Delmar are hard to get presents for. And I would agree / disagree. I would agree in a sense of being a cheap gift. Me and Delmar are very expensive collectors. As you know, Delmar collects amiibos and I collect very expensive figures. Very expensive figures. We're talking like close to $100, if not over $100. I am insane. With that being said, though, so they have a hard time trying to figure out, okay, well, what can I get Black Cross? At the same time, I'm also a very difficult gift giver, or gift receiver, should I say, that if I haven't already gotten it, and they're afraid that unless they've looked into my room before they gotten it, they don't know what I have, which is very understandable. But any other time, though, if there was a figure that I don't have, it's over their budget. And I even told them that. I said, if you need to, guys, you can go together on a gift as a team gift. And everyone was like, that works, we'll take it. At least then they know what to get me, but at the same time, they also don't have to worry about shelling out more than 20 or 30 bucks on me. I'm not worth that much. To my mother, yes, probably, but to my friends, I'm not worth that much at all. But that being said, I will say I'm very glad with my friends of what they got me. So, first off, I'm going to show you what my friends got me, and then I'll show you in terms of pop figures of what my family got me. So first off, show you what one of my friends got me. I have not gotten a single Star Wars pop figure yet, and that's only because of two reasons. Number one, Star Wars and me are more or less towards the movies, not everything else. But I do admire the overwhelming universe that the Star Wars has. And after getting this figure, I actually wouldn't mind starting collecting pop figures of the Star Wars characters. This one is a bobblehead, as you can clearly see. It's a bobblehead. This is one of the henchmen that is in The Force Awakens. If you remember, he was teamed up with this one other guy who was after Han Solo. Apparently, he owed a lot of money to them, and, well, if you remember in that movie, they got killed off. So, to get this as a bobblehead, I thought to myself, I was like, well, now that I have a Star Wars pop figure, now I have to have them. So, I thought to myself, this actually looks pretty cool, and for it to be my first one, I think I like it. It's a bobblehead. Looky. The bobblehead. And then here's the logo Star Wars. So that's one pop figure that I've gotten. Another friend of mine got me two of these. Now, I have a story to tell after I show you these, but he was afraid that I've already gotten them, and he would technically be right if it wasn't for the fact that I was a little bit stingy with my wallet that day. And that is... da-da-da-da! Doc and Happy from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Here's Doc right here. Give you a full view of him. And then here is Happy. Yeah. And what's funny too is, like, I was at GameStop during their Black Friday sale, and me and Delmar saw the pop figures and everything like that, and we happened to notice the Seven Dwarfs. So me and Daniel started to talk and everything like that, and we were reminiscing on the days that we had a full set of the Seven Dwarfs figures. Our grandmother had actually gotten them, a separate set for both me and Delmar, and we both had our own set of the Seven Dwarfs. And they were actually pretty cool, and back then they were like $30, but keep in mind, this was back in like the early, well, mid-90s really, the mid-90s. So you can imagine that $30 is like, what, $50 to $60 ratio compared to today's standards? Yeah, but, yeah, we were at GameStop, and I just happened to saw a couple of Seven Dwarfs, and I was like, I wonder if they have all 7 of them. And we happened to gather them all together, and we were like, wow, they actually have all 7 of them. And then I thought about it, and I was like, I mean, I would, but I've already got enough, I already spent enough money as it is, so I better not. And it's a good thing I didn't, because I was pretty tight after Black Friday sales. After the Black Friday weekend, that is, I was fairly tight. It was the tightest I ever want to be. But, so I now have 2 of the 7 dwarfs, and now my main goal objective is to get all 7 of them whenever I get a chance. Or if someone gives me as a gift, who knows, we'll see. It all depends. But another friend of mine gave me Kairi, as well as Riku from Kingdom Hearts. Let you take a look at Riku here. He has his Keyblades, or like Sora does. I love how these newer versions of the pop figures are now more stylized. I'm sure some of you probably know how the standard pop figure used to look like whenever they first came out, but they were very plain, you know. They had that standard look and everything like that. Whereas these later ones now have a bit of a style to them, and I appreciate that. I really do like it. And then go ahead and pull out Kairi to where you can look at her a little bit better. I really am glad that they are stylizing them, because that makes collecting these a little bit more of a unique trend. And I appreciate that. I really do. So, Funko Pop, thank you for making advancements to the figures themselves. But now we move on to the actual pop figures that I haven't opened up yet, and that's the pop figures that my family got me. So, here's the first one, being that of Chip and Dale. I have Chip and Dale now. So, basically, go ahead and open this. If you don't know, Chip and Dale is a 2-pack set because you don't see one without the other. There we go. Sorry for the loud plastic noise. I'll try to get that fixed. But anyway, so here's Chip in his little Kingdom Hearts engineer outfit, which is really cool. I love that. Don't do that, camera. Stay focused. Let you look at him again real quickly. There's Chip right there. And then here's Dale. Chip and Dale Rescue Ranger. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Kind of surprised they haven't done pop figures of those yet. I think they've done one of Darkwing Duck, and then they've done one of DuckTales. I'm surprised they haven't done one for Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. That's actually a pretty good show. Pretty good show. Pretty good show. But we move on to the next pop figure, and that is Pete. So essentially, I have all of the pop figures that came out of this set. Technically. That's not including the exclusive of the GameStop version of the Kingdom Goofy, and then the Hot Topic version, which is the Kingdom Donald. So, and excluding the Walmart exclusive of Black and White Pete, which is basically this Pete, but black and white, in case anyone was asking. So, here he is right here. I'm kind of surprised he isn't bigger than that, technically, but I'll get into details of that later, but he's pretty big on his own. So let's go ahead and pull out Riku and kind of show off the size comparison. Yeah, he's pretty big. Then again, Pete was supposed to be... Pete is big anyway. That's what I was trying to say. Pete is big anyway. So, that's Pete right there. And like I told my friends, my main saying is to collect all of the main figures of the Kingdom Hearts series. That's my main thing going on right now in terms of pop figures. Now, if someone was to give me those as a gift, you know, the Kingdom Goofy, the Kingdom Donald, the Black and White Pete, I'll accept them regardless, you know. They're Kingdom Hearts. Why wouldn't I want to collect them, you know? But my main concentration right now is to get all the characters, obviously. And then, of course, they also have the Halloween Town versions of Donald, Goofy, and Sora. But those are, I believe, they were Comic-Con exclusives only. And the reason why I say I think they're Comic-Con exclusive only, because I had recently heard that there was a Kingdom Hearts pop figure that was strictly Comic-Con only. And when I looked up the prices on them on eBay and various websites, they were above $50 each. So yeah. If someone ends up giving me those as a gift or whatever, that'd be pretty awesome. But I'm gonna save that for whenever I ran out of stuff to collect, you know, that type of thing. And then, of course, technically, they've also got the Tron versions of Donald, Goofy, and Sora. And I say Tron version being that of the Space Paranoid, if you know that. They technically have their own version. It's actually in a 3-pack set, and I don't know what its price is. I didn't really check that out. But from what I know, it's technically available now, so... Get my computer wake up. Don't know why, but it goes into sleep mode even whenever I'm recording on my mic. I don't know why, but anyway. To the main centerpiece of my pop figure collection, next to a few other items, you know. The first pop figure that I had was that of the Big Lebowski, being that of the Dude, of course. And then, of course, it evolved slowly from where I got Jet from Cowboy Bebop. And then I found out about the Kingdom Hearts pop figures, so I got in those. And then it kind of evolved into a small collection. I did not think I was going to get into it. Record, I don't get into every pop figure, but only certain ones that I love. For example, if you end up releasing a Hunchback of Notre Dame pop figures, guarantee me to get those. I love that movie. No wonder I haven't gotten the Winnie the Pooh pop figures, but maybe someday I will. But anyway, the main centerpiece of my pop figure collection, and this is one of the biggest ones that I've gotten. And I say one of because technically, as far as I know, there are like 5 different ones. I don't know what the others are, but I know of the Songbird from BioShock as well as the Big Daddy from BioShock. Then of course there's the Titan from, I believe, Morrowind, I believe. I know it's from like Elder Scrolls series, but I can't remember which game it is. It may have been, oh well, I'm sure someone will put in the comments below, but there's a bigger version of that. And then there was a bigger version of a dragon, but that was from Game of Thrones, and I don't watch Game of Thrones, so that don't matter to me, even if it's a dragon. But I do have a dragon from Dragon Ball Z. I tried to do that, but it failed. It failed badly, but I have the dragon. The Shenron dragon, for that matter. I finally have him. And what's funny is that I thought he would be the size of, like, maybe Pete. But then whenever I opened him up and saw this, I was like, holy crap, he's huge. Very huge. So, we're going to go ahead and open him up. This is, like, the coolest thing I've gotten so far. Also the hardest one to pull out, apparently. There we go. And then, as you can see here he is in his full 3D glory. And you probably noticed the key feature. It has the Dragon Balls. And each one of them is star numbered. I can guarantee it. In fact, let's start with... Let's see. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come on, 5, 6, 7. All 7 numbered Dragon Balls are there. So it's like, oh my gosh, that is pretty freaking cool. I love this. This is so freaking cool. It's hard for me to pick a favorite of mine because keep in mind the dude is a favorite because he's my first one, plus it's my favorite movie of all times. Then there's the Kingdom Hearts, like Sora. That's a favorite of mine. But then I've got this one because it is so freaking cool. And if I have to be honest, this is actually the cheaper version of getting the actual figure of Omega Shenron. To get like a statue figure of him, I think they're asking like between 80 to 120 bucks. It's like freaking insane. But this one, I think Mom said she got him for like 35 bucks, which is a fraction for like the starting price of the actual figure itself. So honestly, collecting pop figures is looking to be very, very promising, and I absolutely love this, so very cool. But comes the biggest question, which is to figure out where am I gonna put this? You know, it's like whoopsie, running out of room again after I moved. Go figure, right? But I'll figure it out eventually. But anyway, though, that is basically my Omega pop figure opening collage and everything like that of what I gotten for Christmas. So like I said, I will try my best to get more videos out later on. Can't guarantee much because as of right now I am kind of busy with other stuff, but I will try to keep up with as much content as possible. But at any rate though, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, this is Blackcross signing off, wishing you a wonderful day. May God bless you and have a wonderful Christmas and wonderful New Year's. Take care, guys.